What's going on, drivers? It's Jay Rich back again with another one, and today we are putting an air supply hose reel on the truck. Super simple to do and make filling your tires much easier. Now, I do understand a lot of you are company drivers and you really can't do this stuff yourself, but fortunately, our company is gracious enough to buy these hose reels, and yeah, I'm going to go on ahead and install mine. So, let's see what we're doing. Now, finally, my truck is out of the shop. So, first order of business, get the hose reel on there. They picked these up at Northern Tool and Equipment. Yeah. So, they are a little on the expensive side, with that being said. Now, a couple things you'll need is to figure out where you're going to mount it. On the frame would be good. On the catwalk would be good. On your trailer, if you have a toolbox on your trailer, would be good. For me, I am going to go right here on the catwalk, as close to the cab as possible. And the reason that I didn't want to do it on the trailer, I do have a box on the trailer. The reason I didn't want to do it to a trailer is because if I have a trailer that does not have a hose reel, well, then I'm back to using glad hand bull crap. So, I'd like for the air supply to stay with the truck. Otherwise, it's useless. Get some safety glasses. I love these Milwaukee safety glasses, and no, they don't pay me to say that. They are just very comfortable. Now, with the hose reel, you're going to get this hose here that attaches here and then would go to your air supply, but this is not long enough, so we're not going to get that junk out of here. Not going to use it. Let's see. You get some owner's manual here, and then your most important thing here is your mounting template, which has locations. I do have a center punch, which will mark a hole for you to start. If you do not have this, use a marker, or you could just simply put your drill bit on there. And I have already laid out the mounting holes, being, let's see, one here, one there, and one here and one there, where I'm going to drill through. Now, if you're going to mount to aluminum like this, aluminum is very strong, but yet it is very weak. And over time, with just the vibrations and this rocking back and forth, and you freaking jerking the hose on it and stuff like that, you could rip the bolts out of the aluminum. So I don't have any steel plate on hand, but I do have this angle iron here, and simply just put the angle iron in a vise. Use my template to punch a couple holes, and then drilled the holes a little bit bigger. 3/8 bolts are what the foot takes on here. I made these just a little bit bigger, and the way that I'm going to use these is that these will go up underneath the catwalk here. And so with your template, like I said, just marking, drilling, and I made the holes just a little bit bigger just to give me a little bit of room back and forth to get those mounted. I do need to go to Home Depot here in a minute. I do have lock washers, but I do not have any flat washers. But I will, and I do have the nuts too for the bolts, but I do need some flat washers to go with the bolts. So, let's see, your angle iron, this foot on the bottom is 6 inches across, and there's going to be pretty much one on one side and one on the other. I went out 2 inches farther on each side. So, this is 6 inches, the angle iron is 10 inches, and that should keep from destroying the catwalk and you looking in the passenger mirror as this hose reel goes flying off the truck and kill somebody. As far as drilling, I'm at the house, so I'm using the air compressor. with the air drill and a unibit. I love these unibits. These unibits go through metal like nobody's business. So we're pretty much just going to drill a hole here. And that is going to be big enough. Like I said, I'm wanting to go just a little bit over 3/8 just to give it a little bit of room. And actually, I did go just a hair too big with that, but that'll be okay. I'll watch myself on the other 3. But you see how fast a unibit does go through, and regular drill bits suck. So, all right, I'm going to finish drilling these. We'll get it mounted up. I do need to go to Home Depot because I do need to get the fitting to go from here. And let me show you. I need that fitting that goes right there. And then where I'm going to get the air supply from, instead of the tanks, because the tank is down underneath in here and all this crap. Right here on your, where your trailer supply is, there is that fitting right there. And if you take that out, I'm going to take that to Home Depot with me. It is a 3/8, but I do want to make sure that the guy doesn't hand me some crap that I don't need. Take that 3/8 out, and then I'm going to show you later how I'm going to set it up, but just going to get another fitting to go in here. And you will not have air here until you release your trailer brake. That is the supply for your red glad hand, and you will then have air coming out of here. But we're going to add a ball valve and some other stuff, so stay tuned. All right, so another thing that needs to be done is that this arm right here needs to be repositioned to come out over here, or reclocked as what most people call it, because this is set up to hang against a wall. So then you would pull this straight out to you. And since we're going to be on a platform, we need it to come straight out here, straight out to me. And it's going to be very simple. You just remove these 4 nuts and bolts right here, which 13 millimeter should get that accomplished. And there we have it. Let's see, loose. I already had this one loosened. So just move all that, and basically you're just going to come out here like that, so that when that is sitting flush, this is pointing out to you, and you're not putting any undue stress on anything. So I'm going to tighten this back up, and that part will be done. All right, so after a trip to Home Depot and some dinner and a friend stopping by, I finally got this mounted here. It's pretty solid. Now, here's a pro tip. Because the bolts and everything are up under, and you can't really get down through there too good, if you take and put you some electrical tape or duct tape on top of the bolts, those will hold them in place while you're underneath threading the nuts on. And if you have a impact driver, I was able to, without holding them here on this side, just able to zip those nuts right up and get it on there tight without any assistance or needing to come up here and hold this side. So just take your tape off when you're done, and on all your connections you make sure to at least use Teflon tape on every threaded connection, everywhere, except if it's already got this red sealant, that will work fine. So I'm going to go on ahead and assemble this, assemble the hose and everything, get it cut to length, and we'll be back. All right, now I do believe we've got a working hose reel here. And we do. Let's see. Got no air on it yet. So let's walk around the other side here. Let's put a little air to it. And see, as you can see right there, I came down and went in front of the hose reel. And then this right here is just some wire loom that I've got laying around. Zip tied it to the frame, zip tied to this airline. And then right down here is our valve. We can open and close that. Like I said, just in case if that gets damaged or something, we can still we don't have an air leak. We can shut that off right there and isolate the air from the hose reel so we can keep getting down the road. All right, guys, so we got everything buttoned up, and this is one of the videos that I'd done all the mounting, as you see. And now is another day. I've got the trailer here. So like I said, to activate this air hose, you will need to push the trailer brake in, and then over there turn your ball valve on, and then we've got air. So everything is working great. One thing that you will need to keep in mind about doing this is that inside of this coupler there are steel balls. There's 4 steel balls in there that hold the fitting, and those balls engage right here in this groove. Now, with it being out in the weather, there's rain and moisture and dirt and stuff that gets in there, and it makes it hard to connect and disconnect your tools sometimes. And if you look down in there, you can see where the little balls are. Okay, so one way to help with this is every so often, if you get a little WD-40 spray down in here, and I like to do it with whatever attachment to have it in there, and you're pretty much going to roll this around. Just work it around and around and around, and more WD-40, and just work it around and around and around. That'll help to clean the rust off of the balls. The brass itself doesn't get nasty, but the little steel balls inside do. This project is wrapped up, so on to the next. Guys, I appreciate you watching. I'm Jay Rich. Keep knees and breezing and the shiny side up. We'll be seeing you.